some third thing that'll be on tire. Maybe it'll be, they might rely heavily on electronics, tapes. I can kind of envision maybe one person with a lot of machines, tapes, electronic setups, singing or speaking, using machines.
So this is the 2018 McLaren 720S, and if you guys can see, it's the launch edition. You guys let me know what you guys think about the spec. My 570S that I had before had like carbon. It was a carbon package, so it had like carbon accents. This one has carbon like accents here. This is carbon here. There's no carbon here, but and then this is all exposed carbon throughout the entire car. All the side panels, if you guys can see, are all carbon here. I mean, that's pretty much it. The car's completely stock. We're gonna go for a spin. And we start off like this with this kind of like very small display, right? I'm gonna turn on the car here. So just stepping on the brakes, a little push to start. Good there. Put on the seatbelt. And then something for those that aren't aware of like, you know, what it's like to drive. Based on my experience, almost like every single McLaren, I think every car is different, but the actual e-brake is right here on the left-hand side. So this is the button that you see me pushing. Taking off the e-brake, gonna go ahead and pop it on reverse. Right here in front of me, I have the actual rear view camera, and then right here I have kind of like that 360 view and stuff like that. This is the first car that I've ever had. I know a bunch of other cars have it. If I'm not mistaken, my buddy's M4 has it as well. But it's, I think, a little unique. It's something that I've never had in any of my other cars. So yeah, and then it's pretty cool how the entire actual like odometer, like where it's supposed to be, is my rear view camera right now. So I have two cameras going on right now. Put it on drive, and then we're off. So other than that, I mean, the car's pretty normal. One of the things that, because I have to go down my driveway, and it's not steep, but it's steep enough that it'll scratch. Right now it has an airlift suspension where the tires are, or the front end of the car is a little lifted. So I'm just gonna click this button right here. I'm gonna put the little lever to, you know, it's now lowering, and yeah, so we're just gonna let it lower. I have to maintain my speed under, if I'm not mistaken, 25 miles per hour, but don't quote me on that. I know there's a certain speed limit, and the tires have to be completely straight. So I bought this car with 1,400 miles from LAC, so that's Luxury Automotive Collection in Scottsdale. I traded in my 570S, and now, again, I've had this car for maybe about a month, and I've put about, I want to say like 700 miles on it. Again, I know that that's a lot of miles, especially for a higher end car, but my thing is, it's like, you know, if I'm gonna pay for something, and am I gonna really just have it, you know, waiting in the garage and just collecting dust, or would it make more sense to, you know, enjoy it? And that's why I bought it, to enjoy and then to share with others. So here we go. Alrighty, one of the things that you guys are probably going to be able to tell from like my right hand side is kind of like this like driver focused console. The coolest thing about this, in my honest opinion, is this area right here. Every single, I think it's just like a thing that McLaren does. They have their thing called active, which is pretty much like it activates their sport mode in a sense, if I'm not mistaken. So I click active, it's gonna allow me to like change it from like comfort. The one that I'm in right now is sport. Then I can go to track. And yeah, it just will switch up the displays. Like let's say I want to go to track, I'll switch the little levers, and my display and the prompt up here changes format, right? If I want this display to actually shift and go to that smaller screen, then I click this button on my left hand side, and it will actually adjust the actual, you know, little display. So that's pretty cool. I don't think that that's very useful, so I'm gonna pop it back there. And I don't want to drive it in track as it really stiffens up the suspension, so I'm going to put it back in sport. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have here. If I want to take off the aero, what this does is, again, that wing in the back, it will allow it to adjust according to like my driving habits. So if I'm driving really fast and I stop very quickly, then the wing will throw itself up. I like having that on. I like having it on active. Sometimes I like it going on manual, which means just activating paddle shifters. This thing has to be the most annoying thing. Well, the 570S had it as well, meaning that like when I come to a stop, if I don't have this thing off, this will automatically power the car off. I know a lot of like eco-friendly cars have that. I just hate it turning off and on and stuff like that, and that's why I just turn that off. So the display here, again, we have the AC control, we have the navigation, this is the radio, my music, I can turn off sound right away, and then my phone, and then this is kind of just like the home button and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, other than that, let's... This thing is an absolute monster. I can't, you know, like, it's honestly mind-boggling to me, like, when it comes down to comparing this to the 570S, even comparing it to like a GTR, like, it's hard to believe. And again, this could just be my like how naive I am when it comes down to these specific cars. Being able to drive a GTR and understanding that like how fast that was, and that being my dream car, and then going into a 570 and seeing how a 570 can beat a GTR, and it's like, okay, can a car get actually much quicker than this? And then driving the 720 and then being able to experience this every day, and just like the absolute thrill, it's crazy. It's a whole different, like, I've never been in a car this quick. I know sometimes when you're in the passenger side, you really feel the car, but sometimes when you're driving it, you don't feel it. I feel it when I'm driving this. And again, I've never driven like a P1 or LaFerrari or anything like that, but I've been in like Huracans, I've been in Aventadors, and I would have to say that I've been in like, you know, Ferrari 498, and I would still say that this is it's just a unique car. I think the best way to call it and like describe it is refined. It's super refined, super smooth. It's almost like a street bike, but with 4 wheels. I think that's a good way to explain the way that it shifts and the way that it drives. Gonna jump on the freeway real quick in Mexico, and let's do a little 25 full or 30. So as you guys can see, I mean, it's super smooth. Again, I don't know how to review cars too well, but I mean, I can enjoy them, right? So super smooth, not a lot of like shaking or anything like that, super stable. Honestly, as a daily driver, like, it's not bad in my honest opinion. The only thing would be like the miles that you add to the car and stuff like that, and the maintenance obviously being pretty pricey. But yeah, I mean, and right now we're in track mode. I can put it in comfort mode and go that route. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it on manual mode real quick, and then we'll do a couple rips, and then that will be it. Hey, what's going on, guys? So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys would like to see more car content, then feel free to comment down below what you would like to see with the 720S, the GTR, my buddy's M4, and on top of that, maybe the Maserati or something like that. Again, I'm open to filming any videos. I don't film them too often, so I mean, you guys are in control. I hope I earned your thumbs up in this video. Hope you guys did subscribe. And if you guys want to learn a little bit more about what it is that I do, feel free to click the first link in the description. Join our free Facebook group. We run the largest Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market. We have nearly 200,000 members. And again, it's 100% for free. So I hope that we can stay connected, but most importantly, I hope you guys kill it this 2019. Take it easy, team.